Good morning, everybody. It's me, Olivia Rodrigo, and welcome to the Minecraft Guide. In this episode, oh man, we're gonna build one of the coolest and easiest farms you have ever seen in the world. Today, we're talking all about super simple, easy, automatic lava farm. It's gonna blow your mind, guys. You find me, Miss Olivia, over inside of the Nether at the beginning, though, slaughtering the disgusting beasts of the land. So I was doing a little bit of thinking about the build that I would like to build today, and I mean, we used the blue nether wood in a couple builds inside of this world. What about the reddy purple nether wood? Crimson. I think we're gonna need a lot of this for today's build. Now while we run around frantically inside of this crimson-y little biome here, collecting up wood, and even more wood, I would like to play a little game here. In the last episode, I asked you all a riddle. I saw a couple correct answers, and a couple answers that would make sense, but were definitely incorrect. Solidly. Today, you got a second chance to win. The riddle is pretty simple this time. I'm purple and small, not hard to make at all. I take you to new places, where you will see some new faces. Oh, and by the way, the answer to last episode's riddle is the Wither, the boss. And last but not least, in the beginning of the video, the final thing my manager told me to say here, other than delete the like button, channel members get world downloads. And there will be a world download next episode. Properly geared up solidly and back inside of the overworld for this next part. Right at the end of the last episode, I kind of set up the perfect segue, the lead-in for this episode. I was hinting at, like, heavily putting a bunch of lava behind this area, but surprise! Big surprise, I completely changed the space. So last episode, when I showed this trick off to you, the point was about, like, conserving materials. You use, like, half as much glass as before. Then after last episode, when I was editing last episode, I was taking a look at it, and it wasn't really translating or hitting on camera. In between episodes, I went ahead and flipped the glass around and put the magenta on the bottom, pink on top, and actually made it go all the way around the island. I decided to ditch the whole idea, the concept of lava all over the place behind this thing, because after all, I'm in a forest. It's kind of low-key fire. And no pun intended, I don't really want it on fire. So anyways, that's where we're at with this build right now. The cool, strange, purpley fog, the haze, goes all the way around this thing. It's officially a proper island. No lava needed in that thing aside though. That is not going to stop us from setting up this super simple, easy, automatic lava farm. After this episode, with this beautiful lava beauty set up inside of our world, getting lava is never going to be a problem again. This is going to be one of those fully automatic farms that literally just does its thing while we're walking around inside of our base. Before the episode, I took a little look around at our base, and I've decided, pretty easily too, that the next spot for the next build inside of our base, well, it's on top of the hill, right behind the nether portal. I think this thing will look great here. Next up, inside of a similar but completely different world, it's time to think about today's build. This lava farm, the beautiful contraption we'll set up eventually, it's so compact. We could basically fit this thing into any shape in the entire game. At first, when I was thinking about today's build, I was thinking maybe a proper square build. But then I realized, like where we're gonna build this build inside of our world, this isn't like prime real estate. And with such prime real estate, I feel like there is only one true shape that I could use. That one true shape, I mean, it's a no-brainer. We need to go with Minecraft's most beautiful shape. You know, I did not want to complain, like not at all, and I guess I could do it a little bit faster inside of the stone cutter, but it's so weird to make black stone bricks by making polish first. Polish. For starters, this thing is a lava farm, so I feel like legally, obligatorily, by law, we are required to make this build look kind of sinister, kind of low-key evil, and definitely absolutely fire. Also, like I said earlier, we don't need the most space in the world for this lava farm. Another thing we're going to need to keep in mind for today's build, though, is flammability. We're going to have open lava sources inside of this build. That means any tree nearby, or at least even relatively nearby, it might have to go. Otherwise, this becomes a meadow biome. Warped wood, crimson wood. Warped wood, crimson wood. You know, for the longest time, I was always saying warped wood is my favorite one out of these ones, and you know, I agree. Warped wood is a little bit better. But look, at the same time, like, no hate at all to the crimson wood. The crimson wood looks really, really good. With this build here, what I think I want to do is a little bit of the blackstone going up. Maybe we'll change it out a little bit later on. After that, I'm thinking basalt pillars. I don't know how tall these basalt pillars should get, but I know for sure that I want this build to be tall. I got a build hack for you. I find that when working on any kind of build, whether it's like a simple, square, rectangle house, maybe a strange looking Magical orb in the sky. Who put that there? Or maybe even some kind of automated lava factory. Well, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to make your build feel a little bit more grand, large, big, and fancy, well, that's gonna be height. If you take your build and add a little bit of height to it, like, instead of making it, say, 5 blocks, make it like 8 blocks tall or something. Well, from all of my build experience, the easiest way to make a build feel, well, yeah, more grand, big, everything like that, is to just make it tall. So speaking of tall, I think what I want to do here is have like a step up to get into the build. Then we'll have like the proper floor set on this level on the inside. On the side of this thing, we'll do blackstone bricks. That'll look pretty fire. And then I was thinking, keep it even more open. And the answer to keep it even more open, well, it's an evil looking block. I don't think I've used a single one of these in this entire world. So I kicked this build off by towering up pretty high, 8 blocks specifically, and basically built like a basalt ring around this thing. Then over on the inside, I will jump down, and what I was thinking is keep this build nice and open. Maybe be able to see the lava from far away. With some kind of farms, like say automatic bamboo farm, super sugarcane farm, or maybe even luscious lava farm, they're kind of like interesting looking contraptions. Interesting looking contraptions, that's where you got me. We'll leave the build nice and open, like windows all over the place. Not only will that make this build a little bit more interesting, sitting at such a crucial spot inside of this world, like we're gonna be able to see this thing towering up from pretty much anywhere, at least right now. But also it'll make this build a whole lot cheaper to build. That wasn't the reason I'm doing this so open. Nope, never was. Nope, I don't know where you got that idea. Okay, anyways, moving on. It's time for the roof already. Wow. So far, so good. We've got a very interesting looking basalt build. We'll come back in and fill the details in later. For the roof, because we've got a circle build, and because it's, again, such a cool spot, we need to do the coolest roof that I know to mankind. And the coolest roof to mankind that I know, hands down, well, lads, that's pretty straightforward. We need to do one of those cool, swoopy, cone-looking roofs. Swoopy, cone-looking roof, you know the one where it, like, starts out a little bit low and then slowly, dramatically starts to get even more and more steep. The cool, swoopy roof continues to get more and more steep by the second until eventually it gets to a point where it's so steep that it just ends. This kind of roof, I cannot lie, it makes me a little bit nervous here. I know for sure that we start off by, like, hanging a roof over the side. I mean, look, after all, that's just how you do it. That's how you make a roof look good. After that, you would probably step it up a little bit more with like slabs or something and carry the same design up on the side, and maybe it even curves up even more in the middle there. Now, after that or something, I think this is where the roof starts to get a little bit easier. It starts to get easier once we get a little bit higher up, because then eventually we cut out all of the slabs. Yeah. We start to get a little bit higher up, a little bit more compact, or more centralized, or whatever, and we cut out all of the slabs. The slabs turn into solid building blocks, you see, and then on the sides, every single time, I think to pull this roof off flawlessly, we basically just make it more and more steep on the center. After we make it steep on the center, we continue it in and keep making it more and more steep. At a certain point, we start to make this build even more steep, maybe like all the way up here, and then finally, we reach the very top of the build. At the very top of the build, I think there's only one thing that we can do. Oh, and also, I think maybe to diversify the roof, make it look a little bit more interesting, we should probably come back in here with a couple stripped logs. But anyways, to put the cap on the roof, a small steeple, with maybe a lightning rod on the top in the future. And, wow, breathtaking, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. The view from up here is so wonderful. I wonder if maybe inside of that meadow biome, I could get lucky and find like a village or something. If that could be the case here, please, that would be like so nice. Transporting villagers over from the meadow, just like across probably another fjord over there or something. Well, that's a whole lot easier than going thousands and thousands of blocks. Anyways, on my way down from the roof, I will do one of the craziest things I've ever done. I'm gonna detail the roof before I've even looked at it. I don't know if the shape is good. That is, I'll detail the roof until I run out of logs. I'm gonna have to go back to the nether in a second, but let's take a break. What do we think? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Oh, 3, 2, 1, reveal. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Let's go. That's a beautiful looking roof, lads. Look at that thing. Oh, that's evil. You see, that's what I love about building a base. Slowly, as you start to add more builds to the thing, like you walk around, get different vantage points to the views. It's all in the scenery, the backdrop. Oh, lads, we've done it. That's gonna look so good. I'm gonna detail the roof up a little bit more, get some more blocks in there so it doesn't look like, you know, a purple bird drop things all over the roof or whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's 100% it. I just need more logs, I need more building, and I need a little bit more time. Oh, give me a second, friends. I'll be right back. Lava farm, lava farm. Step number 1 for beautiful lava farm is definitely cook up some of the iron. I'll admit it, I don't have the most iron in the world. This is gonna be one of those farms that we could totally expand a little bit later on though. Lava farm, lava farm. For ingredient to number 2, we will need a bucket. So lava farm, lava farm. To set up the lava farm, to kick it all off, get it started, I'm gonna need to find one single source of lava. One single source of lava. That cave is a death trap. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it there. I mean, look, of course, there was that giant cave that I found at the bottom of the water, and that had a whole lot of lava. But there's gotta be somewhere else a little bit closer. Maybe even up on the surface. Lava. I don't think I've ever gone so far inside of this cherry meadow biome. This thing is big. This thing is so big, and oh, who in the world did that? Wasn't me. Anyways, this thing is so big. It looks like there's a huge cave over there. That could be cool looking. More meadow. It's not fair. In fact, it's almost a little bit rigged. Every single time a guy needs a single piece of lava, the lava is nowhere to be found. The lava is nowhere to be found until it's exactly where to be found. Inside of a cave, where I actually do need a little bit more dripstone stuff. Lava source. Lava source, you are really far away from me. Excuse me. What is that? You hide all the way back at the back of the ravine. No, not for long. So to set up our lava farm here today, we really only need a tiny handful of ingredients. The final things we're gonna need, aside from a lava bucket, is a tiny bit of extra dripstone and pointed. Now today's build is in tip-top shape. Or should I say, the tallest build in the land is in tip-top shape. So as you can see here, I climbed all over this thing and put a couple more stripped logs on it. I think that looks a little bit better. At least for today, I'm feeling super happy with this thing. I love the curve that I have on it. It's like so steep and grand feeling. That's gonna look good forever. Back over inside of the cabin that I promise, I guarantee 100% that I'm gonna finish soon. I find a little bit of iron. You see, inside of Minecraft nowadays, if you didn't know, you gotta stop sleeping on this thing because it's beautiful. With the help of a tiny bit of dripstone, there's a super amazing way that you could actually duplicate lava from like basically nothing. To kick this all off, we're gonna place a cauldron on the ground. Up in the air, I'm gonna place a floating dripstone block with pointed dripstone right below it. Then after that, what I think I'm gonna do here is make room for this farm to get a little bit bigger. But it feels so cramped, so I'm gonna raise it up one block. So here's the move. For the lava farm, we start with a solid platform of dripstone blocks. After that, for aesthetics, I'm gonna place dirt blocks all over this thing, and then these warped crimson trap doors. You see, lava's a pretty interesting looking block. It would be a shame to actually put lava inside of this farm and not be able to see the lava. After that, we can go ahead and remove all of these dirt blocks. We don't need them anymore. Dirt blocks removed, lava bucket placed dead center inside of this farm. If I flip these trapdoors up, the lava will never go anywhere. Now, the move is pretty simple. To start this farm off, we're gonna place one lava source and that's it. But if I had more lava sources, I could put them all over this thing. I'll go ahead and put even more pointed dripstone down below this thing and guarantee it, I have a little bit of extra dripstone inside of that building. Inside of this building, a little bit more dripstone. Looking at the build from the ground here, wow, that feels grand. I'm so happy with how this thing has turned out today. The entrance is really cool looking too. I did this kind of like interesting looking arch. I think what I'm gonna try and do is leave it nice and open. Maybe like a fence gate or something. That could be smart though. So anyways, back down here, I'll fill in with the rest of my pointed dripstone. And then I wait. So even though I have lava flowing all over this top platform, dripstone blocks in the middle and pointed dripstone on the bottom, the only one that's actually going to be able to make more lava for me is going to be this middle one. To make more lava inside of Minecraft with a cauldron down here, you need a lava source, not just like flowing lava. So long story short, it's all a waiting game at this point in the build today. To get this farm to work, all I need to do is wait around near this farm, make sure it's loaded in, and slowly but surely the lava will be formed. Now, another beautiful thing about our farm today is you've got options. If you wanted to, you could make your stalactites, stalagmites, hanging rock things a lot longer than this. As long as your pointed dripstone is not hanging longer than 11 blocks, you'll be able to create brand new lava sources. Unfortunately, tragically even, it's slow though. This is gonna take time, which is why I recommend tiling over and over and over. You see a cauldron, it'll fill up pretty slowly here. On average, unfortunately, it's going to take about 19 minutes in-game while it's loaded in for a single lava cauldron to be filled up all the way. Because lava cauldrons are controlled by random ticks, it is definitely possible for the cauldron to fill up a little bit faster. You just have to be lucky. So I was taking a look at the outside of our build here, and it's looking pretty nice, but it's also looking relatively plain. I think at this point in the build today, it's about time we start spicing this thing up. Maybe we slap a couple more walls on this thing and some fences too. Those will always look good. Unfortunately, because we do have open lava inside of this farm up top there, I don't think I could put a crafting table inside of this farm. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it'll burn. Great, amazing news, though. When it comes to lava cauldrons, they're not flammable. A lava cauldron will never start a fire. When it comes to a path, an easy way over to this thing, oh, I'm torn. You see, part of me says make a bridge going through the nether portal over to the other side and do things like that. But then the other side of me says maybe like a path, a steep hill, path, road, something down this hill. That could look cool, too. You know what? I think I like that one. Let's do that. Fun fact for you, chests, even though they're made fully out of wood, it will never burn. They're not flammable. So for now, today, for the road, what I think I'm gonna do, I'll come back in and fix that in a minute, but what I think I'm gonna do is have the path kind of just wind this way and then, like, basically break up. You see, I'm still planning some kind of grand central area over here, and I just haven't done it quite yet. I don't really want to make a road come all the way out this way, and then plot twist, I put, like, something right here or something, and I should have had to go that way all along. Hi. Haha. I thought I saw that in there. Oh shoot, you know what? I just realized this, it just hit me. It's been so long since I've actually come into this thing and... Ah, that's cool. Yeah, anyways, it's been so long since I've actually come over to this farm and done anything with this thing. How are we doing? Oh, we're doing good, so good. Oh, these are beautiful. So much more beautiful than the pink flowers. No offense. Anyways, at this point in our adventure today, it's time for a new adventure. There is something all the way back over at the old starter base that I think would be really, really handy for today's, I guess you could call it bonus build, but it's more like a bonus decoration. All the way back over at the classic portal, let's go through. I really hope it's here. I can't lie, I'm a little bit nervous here. When we moved out of this base a long time ago, I didn't take everything. I took a lot of what I thought would be important at the moment, but then left some other things, knowing I would come back later and please be here. Ha ha ha! Yes, they're definitely here. Bone meal. For the next thing that I want to do here, I knew that I needed bone meal. Now, while I'm here, I might as well take a look around at what else I have and what else could maybe be useful. Some of this stuff, that's cool. And I guess for now, that's gonna be just about it. I'll meet you back over at the base. Now, while we run back through the nether, I think now is just about the perfect time for today's comment of the day. I'm pretty sure this comment was all about the bee farm. But I can't be sure. Truly, it's a beautiful build idea, it really is. But the big reason I wanted to spotlight this comment is because I have a goal, a mission, that 100% I will accomplish inside of this world. And what I do, oh, it'll be beautiful. Now look, if you watched the last couple series for the past couple years from me, I know we talked all about making Ocean Monument Farm and how I was always going to do that, and I definitely got around to it in all the other worlds. Look, long story short, doubly, inside of this world I have a goal and I'm announcing it to all of you here right now today. The Ocean Monument. I'm pretty sure we've seen some already, I just can't remember. But 100%, we will find some. And we will take them all out. And then I will build a gigantic and beautiful farm. I love to make an outpost there, and there are actually a couple other ideas that I have for outposts around this world. Thank you for the beautiful build idea. Let's get back to it. So here we've got this little island. In the last episode, I left it a little bare. What I was thinking is I would come back in here and bone meal this stuff, get this red grass a little bit all over the place in here. But you see, that's only step one. Step number 2 is quartz. I want to decorate this island with a little bit of quartz too. That could look pretty cool. See, I was thinking, if I could capture that nether vibe with this little island right here, that would only make it look even gooder. Another thing that fits that nether vibe is nether gold ore. I still touch a little bit of this too and brought it over here. This will look great on the island. But of course, we can't stop there. On top of all of this crimson stuff, we need a little bit of plants. These plants will truly bring the island to life. And speaking of plants, how about these mushroom things too? They're pretty sweet. I think we could even bone meal. Oh, yes, we can. Yeah, we could bone meal that stuff to get even more of those plants. They're a little ugly, though. Like, look, I know it's not much, but I think with just a couple more decorations all over this island, it already looks a little bit better than it did before. It definitely fits in more. That's for sure. Lava farm, lava farm, lava farm. You did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it. I knew it was just a matter of time, and you'd be able to pull it off. Or more than pull it off. Now, at this point in our build today, we hit a little bit of a crossroads. I've got 2 options. Option number 1 is to take this lava bucket and safely put it inside of a chest. Save it for later. Option number 2 is... Oh, you're quick. That wasn't 20 minutes. Oh. Well, anyways, I was gonna say option number 2 is to build a small room down below this thing that I'm definitely gonna do. Now, this small room is not going to be very much at all, and I'm not really even gonna put much attention to detail into it. All that I want to do down here, just because I'm tied on iron right now, is set up a small holding area for any extra lava that I get. To be honest, a small holding area, it will not consist of much. I don't even think I'm gonna leave this here forever. You see, what I was envisioning, at least for now, is I could walk down here and just dump a lava bucket and leave it there. Then when I need it, I can come back and pick it up later. However, alternatively, now that I have a second cauldron and second lava source, what I could do is move back up to the top of this farm and place that down. Then I can move back down to the bottom of this farm and pick that back up and carefully place it down again. Now look, it's sad, in fact almost embarrassing, the state that I'm in currently, but I don't really have the most iron in the world, and I think going overkill with the cauldrons, doing the whole 9x9, well, that will waste a lot of lava right there. So for now, what I need you to do is just squint at the video real hard, and wow, look at that. A solid 9x9 of cauldrons. It's beautiful. And so as the rain sets in, Minecraft's easiest to semi-automatic lava farm. If you're ever looking for more lava inside of your world, builds, decorations, maybe nether portals, whatever, build that beauty. Build this beauty, let it run for a little while, and hopefully before too long, you have even more lava. I don't know what's going on here, but this thing is going so quick. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Today, I'd like to send a big thank you to my patrons, The Great Vegeta, Michael H., Skelly Wampa, Steve M., and MinecraftMojo.com. What do you think we'll be doing next episode? Take your best guess down below. This is me, Waddles. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.